friends, I'm Scott Giles, minister, hypnotist, and the guy who shows you how to get help from the other side. The other side being the mental and spiritual worlds which you access through your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is the greatest goal-achieving mechanism ever evolved. You don't have to stay stuck or ill or be unhappy because there is a power that can help, and hypnosis is one of the ways to harness that power. Well, as we begin, I want to say I'm glad to be back. I've been gone for a little bit in the production of these videos because I've been dealing with some family issues, but I'm back now. And so if you've enjoyed PowerTalk and PowerTalk Premium, they'll be coming your way much more regularly now. Recently in one of my videos, I said that as we get older, as we age, we become more of who we truly are. The core premise is that what makes you weird or unique is actually a golden road into your true self. Let me explain that. Spiritual directors will often talk about true versus false self. And what they mean by that is your false self is the image you have of who you are that was programmed by other people. Parental expectations, social expectations, and so on. They shaped you to be what they wanted you to be, but that's not really who you are. That's not who you were created to be. Your true self is different from what other people expected you to conform to. And finding your true self and then fulfilling that, living in accordance with it, is a tremendous liberation that I definitely wish for you. Your weirdness, your true self, makes you unique. And by following that, you will become more authentic over time. As you get older, you're less and less interested in what other people think. So instead of being interested in what other people think, you put your own life into context, you figure out what you want your life to mean, and that's what you follow. Research suggests that we're less likely to compare ourselves to others when we're older and later in life. You're more comfortable and confident with who you are and what you believe and how you like to behave the more age you have on your life. And that's a good thing, knowing who you really want to be, not who you think you should be because you're comparing yourself to other people, really is the way to become healthy and mentally and emotionally resilient. Also, as we age, we become more willing to experiment. Now, the fact is, the human nervous system is wired for familiarity. It wants to keep doing what has worked reasonably well in the past and to avoid doing anything new because change can be unpleasant or risky. But as you age, you begin to hit the limitations of that. And that's why some creativity coaches will urge you not to fall into routines as you go through the arc of your life. Drive a new route to work or the golf course. Brush your teeth with your other hand. Sleep in a different position. Do things that promote psychological flexibility. And that is a wonderful thing because that frees you to explore who you truly are, what your true self is, as opposed to what other people want you to do. One of the great psychoanalytic heroes, Carl Gustav Jung, talked about a process of individuation where you become more of your true self as you live your life. And even on his deathbed in his late 80s, he was still writing down his dreams to see what they might tell him about what he needed to do to keep on growing as a person and trying new things in his life. He knew, and I certainly agree, that we are all a work in progress, and that's wonderful. The temptation, though, is not to be a work in progress, but to just keep on doing what we've always done. And if what you do is what you've always done, what you're going to get is what you've always gotten. You want a different outcome, you have to behave differently. And trying new things is one way to encourage that kind of flexibility. So stop trying to do what others expect you to do. Try to live in a way that feels right for you, even if others do not approve. Because one of the gifts of getting older is you care less about the opinions of others and what they think about you. So be who you want to be, and do not apologize for that, not even a little. Now, I've always sort of been a bit this way, and probably has to do with the nature of my upbringing and what I had to do to keep myself sane during it. But I've always been willing to step outside of the expectations of others. I joke that I'm something of an outlaw. I left home at an early age. I was part of a motorcycle club. In fact, my years on a motorcycle were among the best years in my life. Now, people often have a stereotyped idea of what a clergy person should be like, and I am a clergy person. And so when they meet me, they bring all of these expectations about my behavior. I'm supposed to be nice, and I'm supposed to be harmless, and I'm supposed to be self-effacing. And I enjoy shattering all of those expectations. I enjoy watching the expression on the face of people when I tell them about my time on a motorcycle, my years fighting with knives, that I'm a martial artist as an adult and a marksman. They do not approve, and I find that delightful, because what makes me different from the social expectations around a clergy person celebrates who I am in my uniqueness, my true self, and who I have chosen to be. May you do the same. You are one of God's magnificent creations just as you are, and you make yourself less by trying to please others or conform to their expectations. Instead, be who you are, even if that upsets people, and you can follow my example. If it upsets people, enjoy their discomfort, because that discomfort really means that they had a manipulative strategy to get you to behave in a way they approved of. Don't do that. Be who you are. Don't be your false self. Be your true self. And you get there by trying new things to encourage your mind to get out of various emotional and cognitive ruts, and then discover what you enjoy and do it, and the opinion of others be damned. Hey, thank you for your time and attention today. I'll be back next week with another talk on a different subject. If you're wondering if I can be of help to you, consider working directly with me. We can work in person or online. Feel free to reach out through my website for a complimentary, no-obligation discovery call, and we'll talk about it. And always use the full power of your mind, because you deserve it.